Good morning, everybody. Lee Brower here, and welcome to this week's edition of Meaningful Monday. I am grateful to be here. I am glad to be here. Last week, a few days ago, I stood in the line at the grocery store completely invisible. What do I mean by that? The cashier didn't look up. She just scanned and bagged and muscle memory. Person behind me and the person behind them were buried in their phone. And I thought, you know what? If I disappeared right now, nobody would even ever notice I was here. But then I realized I was doing the exact same thing to them. Okay. So let me ask you something. Is the world better because you are in it? Is the world better because you're in it? And that's not a question meant to create guilt. Okay. It's meant to create gratitude and then action. I was recently sitting down with a friend and she looked exhausted, that kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix. And she was complaining because she scrolled for an hour that morning instead of texting her sister. And she talked about passing the same homeless guy almost every day, and she pretends like she doesn't see him. And she says, some days I just don't feel like doing anything good. There's some days I feel like that, but maybe that's when we need to do it most. You see, we wait to feel good before we do good, but that's backwards. The doing, the action is what stirs the feelings. I've had mornings when I didn't feel grateful, but I chose to begin in gratitude anyway, to begin in gratitude. Start your day off first thing. What do? I have a rock, carry it in my pocket wherever I go. And first thing in the morning, I grab it, sitting right by my bed, and I grab it and I say, what am I grateful for today? And I say out loud at least two or three things. And I've got some other procedures that I do. I write an empowering question. Who can I see today that I normally wouldn't see? And so it starts to get the energy flowing. And if a good question that I ask a lot is, who can I see today that's invisible to me? Or can I be the answer to somebody's prayer today? Now, I don't think I've ever gotten, I don't look for the answer. I just want to program myself to look. And it's amazing what you see. You'll be walking along and you'll look at somebody, you'll catch them in the eye and you'll smile. And you don't really realize the power of that. And every simple action that you do when you're walking along that acknowledges somebody, it changes the people around you and it makes you feel good. Science tells us that by doing something for somebody, they get a boost of dopamine. But we get the same amount of dopamine by doing it. And guess what? The person watching it gets the same amount of dopamine. Because when we put arrows out, the energy of that choice flows forward and outward. Think about it. When you choose gratitude, even when it's hard, something shifts. Your energy changes, your attitude changes, and often so does the atmosphere around you. You often hear me say, gratitude unexpressed is ingratitude perceived. Well, gratitude expressed is gratitude expanded. But there's a shadow side that we don't want to talk about. We are more connected than ever, yet we're lonelier than ever. Studies show it clearly. We have more friends, more likes, more comments, and less actual connection. We're present in each other's feeds, but we're not in each other's lives. We see the highlight reel, but we miss the real moment. We type thinking of you instead of showing up, and everyone ends up more alone. And that's what happens when we're there, but not in it. Now let's imagine the opposite. Imagine if each of us decided that our presence, our words, our choices, our small kindnesses, no matter how small, would leave every place, every person just a little better. What kind of a ripple would that create? And not someday, today. Someday is not a day of the week, last I saw. So here's our question for the week, and it's not comfortable. Who did I make invisible today? And what will I do about it tomorrow? The cashier, the coworker, the person who needed 5 more seconds of your attention? Your answer to that question matters more than you think. Here's the truth. You can't change the world, but you can always change someone's world. So I ask you one more time. Is this world better because you're in it? And don't answer me yet. Answer me tonight after you've made your answer true. Let's make a difference. Make life meaningful. And I look forward to talking to you next week. Bye-bye.